Question reads, factorize 2x squared minus 3x plus 1. Now let's check whether this expression is a quadratic trinomial. There is a squared term called 2x squared, so quadratic is assured. Then 3 terms, 1, 2, 3 terms, so trinomial. So this is a quadratic trinomial. So step number 1, check the arrangement. The square term starts, the term with the power 1 is second, that is the middle term, the constants as usual last. So we can go ahead and find the factors. Before we find the factors, multiply the coefficient of the square term by the constant. So here 2 times 1. So let's do that one. So 2 times 1, we get 2. Now the next step, which happens to be the third step, says find the factors of the answer. So factors of 2. Factors of 2. Now we know that factors of 2 will be 1 on 2, which means that 2 is a prime number with only 2 factors, that is 1 and the number itself. So 1 and 2 are the factors. Now let us see something. 1 times 2 produces 2, but we have to make sure that 1 plus 2, or the other way around, the subtraction must give the middle term, and then the coefficient of the middle term here is minus 3. So how can we get minus 3 from 1 and 2? It is just simple. Minus 1 minus 2 will produce minus 3. So then we have to check the variable attached to it. So we now need to convert it into minus x, which is minus 1x, and then minus 2x. That is to say, I'll replace the term here with the variables, which is x from the board. So minus 1x minus 2x, which will be minus x minus 2x. Let us substitute it in place of minus 3x. So the whole expression becomes 2x squared minus x. So minus x, then minus 2x, then finally plus 1. Now, we will then arrive at 4 terms, with every 2 terms having a common factor. So negative 2x plus 1 also has a common factor. So we'll go ahead and factorize them in a group form. Let's factorize the common factor for 2x squared minus x becomes x. So x out. Now 2x squared divided by x, which is to say 2x squared divided by x. Now x cancels itself 1 and cancel x squared, remaining with x. So 2x will be the final answer. That is 2 times x. So let's take the 2x in here, making it 2x. Then minus x divided by x will give you minus 1, which is like this. Minus x over x. This will cancel itself 1 and cancel minus x minus 1. So the final answer will be minus 1. So it becomes minus 1. Let's go to the next step. If you consider these 2 terms, there is no common factor. From the beginning, we realized that if there is no common factor, then the common factor stands as 1. So then negative 1 will be our common factor. Now let's use it to divide the terms. So negative 2x up here divided by the negative 1 here, divided by negative 1. We'll get negative, we'll cancel the negative 1 here, and then still 2. So we get 2x. So we get positive 2x. Then we have 1 divided by negative 1. As usual, when they cancel out, we'll give you negative 1 itself. So we get minus 1. Now, this is what we will arrive at after grouping them and then factorizing. Let's get to the next step, whereby this and this, the 2x minus 1 in the bracket, 2x minus 1 in the bracket are the same. So we'll factorize it out. So we'll factorize by drawing 2 different brackets. 2x minus 1, 2x minus 1 are the ones in the bracket. So they'll come to this bracket, 2x minus 1. We keep them in one bracket. That means to factorize it into one bracket. And what is left? X minus 1 will be left. So x minus 1. So at the end of the day, we are going to have 2x minus 1, x minus 1 all in bracket as our final answer for this particular question. And look at question number 4. And a quadratic trinomial. It says factorize minus 2x minus 5 plus 3x squared. Let's check whether the question qualifies to be quadratic trinomial. There is a power 2 or a square term, which is 3x squared. So quadratic is assured. Now there are 3 terms, 1, 2, 3, making it trinomial. So this is a quadratic trinomial. Don't forget that the first step, as I taught you, is to rearrange the expression to conform to the general form of quadratic trinomial. Check from the question, you realize that the square term is not starting. So the general form must be ax squared plus bx plus c. This is the arrangement that will help you to use the method we have taught you so far. So let us rearrange. The square term is positive 3x squared. So it will become 3x squared, meaning it is still positive. When it is positive, beginning the expression, we don't write it. So 3x squared is still positive. The next one must be minus 2x. So we bring minus 2x. And of course, the last one will be minus 5. So it will be minus 5. Now, we have arrived at the arrangement. We arranged it properly to start the method. Step 2, we have to check the coefficient of the square term and we check the constant. So 3 and minus 5 must be multiplied. But remember that I don't make use of the negative sign when I'm multiplying. So I'll multiply 3 by 5. Then we continue from there. So let's see. It will be 3 times 5. It will give me 15. I want to get positive factors. That is why I neglected the negative. Now let's get the factors of the answer, which is 15. So factors of 15. This will be our third step. Now, 15. We will get 1 times 15 to give us 15. So 1 and 15 will be our first pair of factors. 1, 15. We can break 15 down also into 3 and 5. That is to say, 3 times 5 will give you 15. So 3 and 5 will be the next set of factors. So the pair will be 1, 15, 3 and 5. When you multiply, you should get 15. Don't forget, at the same time, we must be able to add or subtract them to get the middle term, or the coefficient of the middle term. So the middle term's coefficient is minus 2. So once we can multiply these to get 15, we should be able to either add or subtract to get minus 2. Check it from the pair. 3 and 5 can give me minus 2. How? It will be 3 minus 5 or minus 5 plus 3. I'll choose 3 and minus 5. So 3 minus 5 will give me minus 2. Let's use that one. We'll use 3 and minus 5. So minus 2x has x attached to it as its variable. So we'll convert this with x, making it 3x minus 5x. So don't forget, 3x minus 5x will give us minus 2x. So let's go and replace minus 2x with 3x minus 5x. Let's rewrite the expression as 3x squared positive 3x, so plus 3x. The minus 2x belongs to the middle term. But when you are bringing this to substitute, it is a positive 3x. That is why I maintain this here as plus 3x. The next one is minus 5x. Minus 5x, then minus 5. Now that I have my 4 terms, I can group them according to their common factor. Obviously, 3x squared plus 3x has a common factor or common factors. So we can factorize the 2. And minus 5x minus 5 also have common factors. So we can factorize. Factorizing, 3x will come out for 3x squared plus 3x squared. Now, 3x squared divided by 3x. So we do it here. Let's do it here. 3x squared divided by 3x. Now 3 will cancel itself 1, cancel this one 1. X into itself and into x squared will give you x. So the final answer will be x. So we place x here. Then 3x divided by 3x. So 3x here divided by the factor 3x. 3 into itself 1, 3 here 1, x here 1, x here 1. So the final answer will be 1. Since 3x will divide 3x 1. So we get positive 1. We go to the next 2 pair of factors. We factorize minus 5 out. Then minus 5x divided by minus 5 will be positive x. And then minus 5 divided by minus 5 will be positive 1. Let's demonstrate that well. Minus 5x, which is minus 5x, divided by the factor minus 5. The negative will cross the negative, 5 cancel 5, remaining with x. So the x is what is here. Then we have minus 5 divided by the factor, which is also minus 5. It cancels itself and gives minus 5 will be positive 1. So that is a positive 1 here. Now, as you check from the board, you realize that x plus 1 are the ones in the bracket. So we open two different brackets. We take x plus 1 and x plus 1 into one bracket, just as factorizing it into one bracket, making it x plus 1. And what is the remaining? 3x minus 5 are the ones outside. So 3x minus 5 also into another bracket. As I rightly said, you can change the position of the brackets and you get the same answer. So this is the final answer for minus 2x minus 5 plus 3x squared will give you x plus 1 in bracket, another bracket, 3x minus 5 as our final answer. Final question under factorization by quadratic trinomial. The question says factorize 3q squared plus 7pq minus 6p squared. If you check the general form of quadratic trinomial, this may not conform, but it is still a quadratic trinomial. The answer is simple. The reason for this is that q squared is a square term and p squared is a square term. So the square terms are 3q squared and 6p squared. That is minus 6p squared. Since they are square terms and we have 1, 2, 3, 3 terms, it becomes a quadratic trinomial. So we will not even hesitate, but we'll use the normal form or the normal way we solve quadratic trinomial to solve this particular question. So we will multiply the first term by the last term, which is the number here, which is 3. And then the last number, which is minus 6. As usual, I will ignore the minus because I will use the normal method, which doesn't use minus. So 3 times 6, 3 times 6, giving me 18. Now, if you study, I have 18 as the answer. Let's find the factors of 18. Now, the factors of 18 will be 1 and 18. As the first pair of factors, we have 2 and 9 as the second pair of factors. 1 times 18 is 18, 2 times 9 is 18. Then we have 3 and 6 as the final pair of factors. 3 times 6 is also 18. Don't forget, the numbers must multiply in their pair to give you 18, but must still be able to add or subtract to give you 7 at the PQ section. So we have 7 PQ, so we need a coefficient of 7. Now, if you check all of them, 2 and 9 can give us 7 by subtracting. Or we can say minus 2 plus 9. Minus 2 plus 9 will give us 7. But remember, 7 is PQ. So we need to get PQ. So it becomes minus 2PQ plus 9 PQ. So which gives us 7 PQ. Let us then transfer and substitute. So we get 3Q squared. We have minus 2PQ, then plus 9PQ. Finally, let's bring our minus 6P squared. So with this, we have the groups. 3Q squared minus 2PQ has Q as the common factor. So Q out. Open and we close the bracket. Now 3Q squared divided by Q. 3Q squared divided by the Q. You know, Q goes here 1 and goes into Q squared Q. So the final answer will be 3Q. So we replace it here as 3Q. Then checking from the second term, we have PQ divided by Q. So divided by Q. So Q into itself 1. And into this Q will also give us 1. Remaining with minus 2P up there. So minus 2P would be here, minus 2P. Now we go to the next two terms, which also have common factors. 9, 6 will give us a common factor of positive 3. And then P squared, common factor of P. Open and close the bracket. Let us do the division. Now 3P out. So let us divide them by the terms. 9PQ divided by 3P. So 9PQ as the first term divided by the common factor 3P. 3 into itself 1, 3 into 9 is 3. P into itself 1 and P into P is 1. So up there it remains with 3Q. Down there 1. So we have 3Q as our answer. So 3Q. Let's take the next term, which is the last term. Minus 6P squared. We divide it by the common factor, which is 3P. 3 into itself 1 into negative 6 as negative 2. Then we have P into itself 1 into P squared as P. Then we have minus 2p up there will become our final answer. So we bring it minus 2p. Now let us factorize the final expression. We have 3q minus 2p, 3q minus 2p in the bracket. So the terms in the bracket are the same. So we have two different brackets to contain the terms in the bracket as 3q minus 2p, 3q minus 2p. Since 3q minus 2p are the same, we factorize it into one bracket. Then pretend that the two of them are no longer there. What is remaining? We have q plus 3p outside. They will be the remaining term. So they will also come into one bracket, making it q plus 3p. So finally, this question has an answer of into bracket 3q minus 2p, another bracket, q plus 3p. So this becomes the final answer. Thank you.